still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another CC haul. Today I once again have over 100 new CC items for both your male and your female Sims. As always, you can find links to everything in the description down below. I do CC videos like this every single Friday, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and you don't want to miss any more CC related videos from me. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you're all excited for Christmas if you do celebrate. I myself honestly have not been able to get into a very Christmassy mood this year. Not partially, like it's all because of me being extremely busy. I feel like I have not had a minute to sit down and breathe in way too long. Like the last few weekends I was always busy baking Christmas cookies for the whole family or finishing the sweater that I knit for my mum. It was so annoying because the sweater should have been a lot faster, but then the hem just took so long. It took a lot longer than I anticipated for it to take because there's like some very chunky ribbing on the bottom of the sweater, which I've never done that much of a rib. It was like, I think 11 centimeters, like 6 inches, I believe it was, something like that. It took multiple days, probably almost a week just to get that done. It was extremely annoying and I got so behind on everything else, and then I still have to like wrap Christmas presents. I have to put all of the cookies I baked into little cookie boxes, whatever you want to call them. I bet there's a name, I just can't think of it. It's just little containers that we have here that are very cute and very Christmassy that I'm going to put all of the cookies in to gift them for Christmas. We celebrate on the 24th here, so I currently only have 2 more days and I am stressed because I was planning on knitting my mum this sweater and then knitting some leg warmers for my sister, and the leg warmers didn't work out the way I wanted them to, so I think I'll make them hopefully for her birthday, which is end of January. And I just started knitting a headband for her because she saw the yarn that I used for my mum's sweater and really liked it, and I was like, okay, well I have leftover of that, so if she really liked that I might make something with it. I chose an extremely long taking, that's not a word. I just chose a knit stitch that takes very long. I've never done it before, so I didn't know it was going to take that long. It takes very long, so it might not get done, which I'll be very devastated about because I started very early, I would say, to do everything, and it hasn't gotten finished and I'm very stressed about it, but we shall see. And then on top of that, yes, on top of that, I also have to bake I have to bake a cake for Christmas because my grandma is not in her best health, unfortunately, and asked me to like bring some cake so she doesn't have to do it for Christmas. And I was of course like, yeah, I'll do it, no biggie. Turns out it is a big problem because, oh my god, is it just me? Like whenever I have to bake for other people, I would say I am an okay baker. I mean, I can be good with things that I've done before. I can be very good, I would say. It's not usually very decorative things. Like I don't make cakes with like multiple layers or with like buttercream. That's not really my jam, but I mean I probably could. They probably wouldn't look very nice, but I'm sure I could throw one together. And I feel like for Christmas you want like a very special cake, and I don't know how to make that. And then like when I bake for other people, I want it to be perfect. I have like a very big thing about that. If I just do it for myself, it's all like fun and I enjoy baking, but it feels like there's so much added stress if it's for other people, or I know I'm gonna bring it for like a certain occasion and it's not something I've done before. And I would make cinnamon buns because I make some really good cinnamon buns. I've like perfected the recipe, I would say. Not really the recipe, but just the way of making yeast dough. I feel like I got interested in it years ago and now it's just very easy for me to throw together an amazing yeast dough. It's just something that if you have a little bit of practice, you know what it's supposed to look like and feel like, and then it works every single time. And I feel like it's something that's very impressive to other people, even though it's very simple to do. So I would do that, but then I wouldn't know because I think we'll see them on like at like 4 p.m. or something on Christmas Day. I think I'll see my grandma and everyone, and we usually do coffee and cake first. But then cinnamon buns you'd want to be warm, and then if it's yeasty dough you need to prove it for certain amounts of times, and like I drive to my grandma's for an hour, so it's just too much to figure out like how to make them perfect, because we'd probably want to bake them there, and I don't know, I'm not into it, okay? It's so stressful simply because I want it to be perfect. I don't think anyone else expects that from me. I feel like I could turn up with any cake and everyone would be like, whatever, you know, this is not the most important thing. Like even if it was a fail, everyone would be like, it's fine. Me personally, not so much. Oh my god, it just stresses me out, okay? So I still haven't looked at any recipes I want to make. I'll probably make them tomorrow. Well, if you're watching this on the 22nd, tomorrow on the 23rd, I'll probably bake the cakes, put them in the fridge for a night, and then take them the next day. Fingers crossed everything will go according to plan. Other than that, I have been super stressed out with uni things because I have a uni where everything is like online, so I just do online courses, and in order to be accepted for the exam you have to do like a little pre-exam requirement, and in previous years that was just like some quizzes that you didn't have to know all the answers for, because if you just have documents of like things written down for your lectures that you watched, you would always pass them. It was not a big deal. You could also just Google, you know, it's fine. But this year they decided on something else, which is very frustrating to me. I feel like this whole video is just me complaining. I am so sorry. If you're in a very Christmassy mood and I'm ruining it for you, I'm so sorry. Okay, I love Christmas. This is a great time of the year. For me personally, not so much because I have so many things to do, but I already know like the day I walk in at my grandma's and everything is nicely decorated, I'll be fine. I'll be having a blast. I'll be very excited. Right now though, not so much. Because yeah, they decided on something else. So we have a little forum. So you have to imagine, I take one module and then there's little topics, like little sections of topics you can click through. Each of them has like a lecture, a quiz, stuff like that. And then there's also a forum for each of them, and you have to put one entry into each forum. There's always a question. Some of them are harder, some of them are easier, but I just think it's ridiculous. Like, I don't like posting there. I don't want other people to see it. And it's not just that. You don't just have to post about some random stuff. Like the last one I did, you literally just had to pick a software to look through the brain, like different layers of the brain, and then you had to comment on which sections you could see, like what parts of the brain you could see. And I thought that was so dumb. I was like, this is such a waste of time. Like, yeah, cool, let me click through the brain. Cool, I've seen it. I know how it works. Fine. But having to comment on that, just there's something about it that feels so ridiculous to me. I feel like a toddler. I don't know why. I just feel like such a kindergartner having to do these things where I'm like, who cares? Like, this is so dumb. And then it's not just that, you also have to comment on someone else's entry. Okay. And like, to me, I don't know if that's just my social anxiety or my ADHD, because I'm just not interested in anything that happens there, but you have to comment on someone's entry. So with the brain, I had to be like, oh, how thrilling that you saw this in this part. That's so interesting. I have to go back into it to look at it again. Obviously, I don't want to go back into the software to look at something that I wasn't interested in the first place. Like, you have to comment that, and there's just something so ridiculous about that to me. I don't know, is it just me? Like, would you not be bothered by it? Would you just think it's a great way to learn? Because for me, it's a waste of time. It's like taking time away from me listening to the lectures, doing the quizzes, going through everything that I've written about the lectures. It just takes time away from me actually studying to me doing something I'm not interested in, that's not going to add anything to the topic. I'm not going to understand it better. I'm not going to be prepared for the exam because it has nothing to do with the exam. Do you get what I mean? Like, do you have to do for either work or uni or school? Do you ever feel like you have to do tasks where you're like, this is just completely dumb? I think if you also have ADHD, this is like obviously a huge thing because you can't force yourself to do something you're not interested in. So I obviously leave it until like last minute, and now I'm stressed because the deadline for it is today. It's weird though because they say it's today, but then they say if you have things missing, they'll let you know and you can do it until the 6th of January. And I'm like, well, so you give me a deadline, but that's not the deadline. So I'm okay to go over the deadline, which for my brain just means, okay, I don't have to get it done by the deadline. So yeah, also, what a weird deadline. The 22nd? Are you serious? Like, people here celebrate on the 24th. Who put this deadline on the 22nd? We need to talk. That's not okay. Oh my god, I feel so negative in today's video. It was a rant, okay? This is just the mood I'm currently in. I haven't been able to do anything I enjoy. I mean, I love knitting, but I feel like I'm just gonna put myself into a knitting slump because I have to knit so much. Like, I was knitting for hours and hours and hours when I rather would have wanted to game or read or do anything else. And it's not fun. I don't know. Let me know though if you do celebrate Christmas. Do you already have all of your presents? Are you like me, a person who does everything last minute? Are you also doing some gifts that are like handcrafted and you're not done and you're stressed? Let me know. I'd be curious. I need to know if it's just me being this stressed, or I feel like Christmas is just a stressful time for a lot of people, especially people who have to like give gifts. As a child, it's nice because no one expects a gift from you, so it's all just you getting things. As a grown-up, boy, there's so much more to Christmas. I do love it though, I have to say, I do love it. And like I said, on the 24th and the 25th, where I'm just with my family, everything will be worth it. But right now, I just want it to be over. I just need it to be over. I also hate wrapping gifts. Oh my god, anyone else? Wrapping gifts is like so annoying. I'm not good at it. It stresses me out, but that's that. I promise my rant is over here, okay? I hope at least the cute CC made it any better, that you just had to listen to me rant. Hey, this is your cue. If you need to rant and you want to do it here, feel free to do it in the comment sections. I'll support you with whatever rant you have. This is just a rantful day. That's not a word, but it is what it is. The video is coming to an end real soon here though. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!